Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Board YouTube channel for some NBA offseason coverage here. The offseason has only just begun, but there is still plenty to discuss here. We had the Boston Celtics winning the NBA championship, which we'll be recapping a little bit on the show today, but we're also going to focus in on the Los Angeles Lakers, who have a new head coach in J.J. Redick. We'll be talking about the trade that really opened up, hopefully, the floodgates for trades in the offseason between the Thunder and the Bulls. We'll also talk a little bit about Malik Monk's new contract with the Sacramento Kings. But it's been a while since we came on. Pips, first of all, you told me behind the scenes, but to let people know how you enjoying the NBA offseason so far.
Yeah, good sleep schedule is everything, man. Like I even forgot how is it to feel like to have a great energy levels throughout the day. During the NBA season, I always like after like 5 6 hours after I wake up, I will feel sluggish and already tired. Now it's completely gone. I'm feeling great and even enjoying betting some WNBA props here and there. So it's been really good.
Yeah, check out Pips at PipsNBA on Twitter for some WNBA picks to help keep you satisfied through the offseason. But let's jump into things here. The Boston Celtics won the NBA championship. There wasn't a lot we could do in the way of picks going through the late stages of the season, so pick and roll wasn't really active during the finals, but we did have a very successful season over there, as did the Boston Celtics, again, going through winning the championship in 5 games. Just maybe talk through the Celtics' overall run here. There was some criticism to their run to the finals, the run to the championship, however, not really getting the most formidable opponents here. Do you think it was an easy run for the Celtics, or do you think they made it look easy because of just how dominant this team is?
Probably a bit of both, but yeah, this is who had the easiest road to the championship like in the last 15 years. Like I can remember like easier road to the championship. Like
It's tough to say anything other than
it's
this
it's
one, to be honest.
the modern NBA stuff. Like Dallas Mavericks got to the finals, and there are other teams in the West that could be a way worse matchup for the Boston Celtics. So yeah, I think if Dallas play Denver, Denver will win. Dallas terrible matchup for the Wolves. Wolves terrible matchup for Denver. So it was like the circle that
Yeah.
the ending of the season when Denver lost to the Spurs could be like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Why this play this out this way?
That's a good point. For anybody who doesn't remember, the final game of the NBA season, or either your last game or second last game, the Denver Nuggets lost to the San Antonio Spurs, a huge upset, especially on the spread, which knocked the Nuggets out of the top seed in the Western Conference, which, yeah, probably played a huge part. I mean, if the Nuggets win that game, it's just a much greater opportunity for them to go to the championship or to the finals and take on the Celtics. I think that's a series that everybody wanted to see. I think ultimately the Celtics still were the best team and would have been favored in that series. I don't think it would have come to them as easily as the Dallas Mavericks series did, but I think you still have to give credit to the Celtics because they would have been favored against anybody. They built an absolute juggernaut of a team. Huge credit to Brad Stevens for putting this team together.
Yeah.
Huge credit to Joe Mazzulla for getting the most out of all the players. Like, it's not easy managing this many talented players sometimes because it's just how do you get everybody enough touches to feel satisfied? And, there was some
I also
sacrifices made from the guys, and it worked out.
I also say maybe some stuff I was like not giving credit Celtics and actually going other way around with Mazzulla. In the regular season, they were like always terrible in the clutch, but maybe they sacrificed some regular season wins to improve on their weaknesses. Like they were terrible in the clutch last season, so they spent a bunch of time in the regular season going through playing the way they struggle, so they can get comfortable there. And this playoff run, they actually weren't that bad in the clutch. I think they actually won a couple of games when they were like down 5 in the last
Yeah,
two to
the
three
Pacers
minutes.
series, they three
Yeah,
games the
and
Pacers
and,
pretty much had, and
and
Boston won all
that's
three.
credit to Mazzulla because he put them in that so many times in that spot and even lost some regular season games, which makes sense. They were like easily the number one team in the regular season, So yeah, I think this could be a future of the NBA, copying, pasting everything that Celtic does, especially on the defensive side of the court. Of course, offense is easy when you have like six guys that can shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe try to build teams around that, but their defense is insane. Like they're not giving anything at the rim easy, and they are not giving corner threes. That's the way to probably the best way to defend in the modern NBA. So we'll
Yeah.
see how other teams react and how other teams are going to build for the future.
Yeah, defense, shooting, and switchability is the way the NBA is trending towards. And here's a team that has an insane level of talent that was able to lean into that as well. It just everything clicked for this team. We talked about some of the individuals there. We haven't been we are not big fans of Jaylen Brown, but en route to the championship, he wins not only conference finals MVP, but finals MVP as well. Wasn't exactly like a runaway here. Nobody was really the dominant force in this series. Overall, I think Jaylen Brown did deserve the Finals MVP award. However, you could definitely make a case for Jason Tatum. You could definitely make a case for Drew Holiday. Ultimately, do you think that the voters got this one right?
I would say this is not what we are looking now is not the reason Jalen Brown won. It's the
Of
defense
course.
and Luka Doncic. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great. Like I always saying for Jalen Brown since he came into the league, probably especially last season he improved a lot. But the point of attack against the wings, he's great. He sucks, not sucks, but he's not as good, not even close when he's off the ball. But when you put him on guys like Luka, Harden, guys like this, like with playmakers with size, he's doing a great job entire season, and I think that's why he won the MVP or Finals MVP award. Even though
Yeah.
Luka did put some numbers,
Yeah.
good
Again,
numbers, but
nobody
they
really
contained him. Yeah.
nobody really ran away with this award. Like Tatum shoots under 40% from the field. Jaylen Brown only 44%. Nobody was really fantastic, but it was just a collective effort. Maybe again some individual sacrifice. Somebody had to
I
win the
will also
award.
say I will also admit I was wrong about the finals. I expected more from Dallas. I said it on the last stream, but I
Yeah.
expected Game Seven probably, and I don't think I was that wrong because I expected more from Kyrie,
Yeah,
and
that
he
was the
was
swing.
complete garbage instead of one game, 1.5 games. And yeah, if your second player, if role players are cut off and your second best player is not doing anything, yeah, that just not going to work against this Boston Celtics team. So yeah, I'm not like disappointed by Dallas as a team. I'm disappointed about Kyrie. Like this is garbage for finals, especially
Yeah,
with high motivation he had for this series. So
yeah, big time.
completely let down from Kyrie Irving.
Big time. Completely agree.
Yeah, yeah,
They could have extended this further if he had shown up for a bit more this series. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe just playing the Celtics, his old team got the better of him mentally. I
I,
don't know. It
I
was
would say
so
game
uncharacteristic
three
from how he'd
was
been playing.
yeah, game three was the game they should have won, and then we would have a series.
Yeah.
Luka got ejected. Kyrie had a good game. They were close, and when Luka got ejected, that's the game over.
But
And they had a chance.
his
If they
fault he
win
got
game
ejected.
two, game
His
three, yeah.
he just he has to play smarter than that. And for a lot of series he didn't. And this
I
the
think more people now like I always said about Luka. He's an insane player, one of the best ever, one of the best in the league. But his on court antics are terrible, and I don't enjoy watching him play. And I think after the finals, 95% of people will agree.
yeah he I wouldn't expose is a strong word, but it was more in right there in your face in the public eye every game. The
Yeah,
on court antics that probably hold him and the team back just a little bit. But yeah, obviously one of the best players in the NBA. I still think he's got an MVP in him one day as well.
yeah.
Let's shift off the series here. Let's go to the big news that has kicked off the offseason here. Two big pieces yesterday, but the first one, JJ Redick is the next Los Angeles Lakers head coach. Wouldn't say this was necessarily a surprise given the rumors that had started about this, but still, even to think about this like from a few months ago, wow, JJ Redick, not only an NBA head coach out of nowhere, but a Los Angeles Lakers head coach at that. This is this is a bold move by the Lakers front office. I think that JJ Redick, I'll start off here, is an excellent basketball mind. amazing ball IQ. He's been auditioning for head coaching jobs with his work with ESPN, his work on his own podcast, his work in the Mind the Game podcast with his now player, LeBron James. So I think all of that has really aided in this head coaching process here, but he's very inexperienced. I mean, I think he's just coaching kids right now. He's never coached at this level in any capacity. So with the basketball mind in place, I think there's potential for high reward, especially if you surround him with an experienced team of assistant coaches, what the Lakers have the ability to do. But I also think this is a high risk situation as well. There's a wide range of outcomes here for this move that could make this one look like a mistake. Pibbs, your initial reaction, how do you think JJ Redick can do with the Lakers?
I'm started saying I'm a huge fan of JJ Redick and his mind, basketball mind. So overall, love his media stuff. One of my favorites. And then going from that to coaching the probably one of the most difficult jobs in the coaching, not only
The most difficult
basketball,
job.
probably one of the most difficult in all sports. Like when you combine, like one of the most difficult jobs you can get. And then you got in as a rookie coach, as a young coach. Yeah, I don't see it like as a positive thing. I think this is a big task, and I don't love it for the Lakers. We'll see, but I think they were kind of cornered in that position after the Dan Harley stuff. I loved Dan Harley's signing when they announced that he should be the next one, the next coach, and going from Harley to JJ Redick is huge step down. I think JJ Redick will be a great coach one day. I don't think this is the season. He will. Yeah. So we'll see. Joe Mazzulla started young, started surprisingly, and
Yeah, but
now he's doing a great job. So
he had
I don't think
assistant coaching
he's
experience in the NBA at that point, right?
yeah. But we'll see. But overall, not positive at this moment. As a Redick can coach in the future, probably way more positive.
Yeah, this will be really good. Regardless of how this goes, this will be a very good first step for JJ Redick for a coaching career because this experience will set him up for success down the line. Now, I'm not ruling out success in the immediate with the Lakers, but again, I think there is an extraordinarily wide range of outcomes here. The Lakers, I mean, they just need to put a better roster in place to make this a bit better. They need to bring in more spacing to this team for sure. We'll see what they do at the draft with the 17th overall pick and where else they go in the offseason, but
Good
they
thing,
need to give him a roster to be successful as well.
good thing about the shooting, JJ Redick is one of the best shooters ever in the
They need
NBA.
JJ
So
Redick on their team.
yeah, so maybe he will be a great coach, like assistant coach. But
Agreed.
I think this is
Agreed.
just yeah. I would love to have him as assistant coach on the team,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a bit. We'll see. 8 million. I think it's 8 million per season, so probably one of the rare teams that I think it's 8 million a season.
Yeah, it is. That's really fine. That's
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
expensive
that's
relative to
great
the
money.
league.
Like if there, I don't think Hornets will like offer him close to this money to get him out of the media stuff. But this kind of money is like no brainer to take as a step in the coaching role.
Yeah. 8 million. I think 8 million is fine here. I think that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. High risk, again, high risk, high reward is how I'm going to label this. I think it could go really well. I think it could go very poorly and look like a mistake, but we shall see. Maybe this will help keep
You
LeBron
are
in LA a bit
you
longer.
are only gambling on the last season of LeBron James.
That's
Not a
true.
big deal.
Maybe worth the gamble there. All right, let's move on to the trade that went down. Surprising one. Did not see anything like this coming, but the Chicago Bulls and the Oklahoma City Thunder have engaged in a trade, and it is Josh Giddey, direct swap, 1-for-1 for Alex Caruso. Caruso heading to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who already have a great defense, making that even better. Chicago betting on a bit more youth, a bit more upside here. If you have followed the show throughout the last 2 seasons, you probably are aware of our opinions on Josh Giddey as a basketball player. And This looks like an absolute smash home run for the Thunder. I think a lot of people can agree with that. I am astonished the Bulls didn't get a single pick out of this trade. When I saw the trade, I was like, okay, it can't be 1-for-1. No way Chicago did this 1-for-1. Alex Caruso, clearly one of their more valuable assets. I think he could have commanded 2 first-round picks closer to the trade deadline. I'm truly stunned that they didn't get a single pick out of this trade. OKC, the resounding winner of this trade for me. Pips, what were your first reactions?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think no-brainer for the Thunder. If this offer is on the is this when this offer is up there, you are taking it 100% of the time. I don't know even where to start. Like having Dort and Caruso on the same team is like, especially on the West,
Yeah.
with so many talented guards. It's like I have two out of top three defensive guards on the ball, and Caruso even in the lanes. So Caruso is probably top three defensive guards in the entire NBA. Dort is probably the best point of attack, or second best, third best. It doesn't even matter. And they that now have both of them on the same team. I will say, yeah, this is a great move for the Thunder. Just saying it. And Josh Giddey, I'm actually okay with teams buying low on Josh Giddey after this terrible season. But this is not buying low. They paid a hell of a price for George Giddey. So yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what the Bulls are doing. They need to
Yeah.
they if they don't trade DeRozan now,
Well,
if they don't go to
DeRozan's
rebuild, this is terrible stuff.
DeRozan's a free agent. Reminder. Phoenix Smith in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chat here that surely Levine and DeMar traded now because why would you get Giddey? Sorry, if you're not gonna just give him the ball. That's how I feel as well. Zach Levine, they're clearly pushing heavily to trade. DeMar's a free agent, so it would have to be a signing
Yeah.
trade. I guess that can be manufactured, but I can see player perspective. I can see why the Bulls are kind of gambling with Giddey here to test the upside. It's just they did not get enough value out of Caruso. Still questions: are the Bulls still trying to be good? Are they going to rebuild a little bit? I guess that 11th overall pick will kind of give us an indication of the type of player that they're looking for there. Maybe they're going to try and trade the pick. I don't know. The Bulls continue to be very confusing, but for the Thunder, this doesn't necessarily aid the spacing issues, but like this team is just going to be so hard to score on. And there's a possibility with a few guys, they have the 12th overall pick and the plethora of draft capital to trade to bring in floor spacing. They'll be looking at guys, I think, like Devin Carter, Jacoby Walter, maybe who can space the floor in the draft at 12th overall. This
Let's
Thunder
say
team is for real.
let's say that Caruso last season made 2 threes a game on 41% from the field.
That's true.
That's
In the
not high
corner,
volume, but that's good stuff.
yeah, he can hang in the corner and hold his own. That's what he did a lot for the Bulls. He played a lot of power
And
forward for the Bulls.
he's secondary creator as well. He can handle the ball. He can create a bit. He can do a bunch of stuff. Like he's that glue guy that can like make the right decision on offense and make the best decisions we ever seen on defense. I don't rate many guard defenders above Caruso. If I need to pick one, I'll probably have Caruso as
Oh,
best
for sure.
overall guard,
Top three.
defensive guard in the league. And now that guard can create, that guard can get on good cuts, and that guy can make 40% on threes. So
It's true.
it's kind of like all around guy that can play 1, 2, 3, 4. Easily can play 4 on defense with his defensive versatility,
And the
and can
Bulls, the
shoot, can
Bulls,
create. Like this
the
is
Bulls.
like you can like Thunder's lacked like bench guys, like great bench guys in this playoff run. They got always like something from Wallace, something from Isaiah Joe. Now they have like a six guy that can play 30 minutes and play every position in every role and all kinds of stuff. So big signing for them.
And the Bulls traded this guy for Josh Giddey straight up. It's unbelievable, honestly. But maybe a few years, Giddey improves. This trade looks better, but I think Giddey clearly made the
But
Thunder worse being on the floor, and they just replaced him 1-for-1 with Caruso. What a
I'll
deal.
say, like, after this season, you're kind of looking like at the Thunder, and like they have a problem. They are playing Giddey. He's not good enough. He's the floor on the value. How do they proceed with Giddey now? And suddenly
Caruso.
they trade him for Alex fucking Caruso. Like that's huge win out of nowhere. Like so,
Sam
yeah.
Presti,
Another
well done. I don't know how you did it, but you did do it. So great stuff there. All right, last thing I wanted to cover here. We can go to a while, so let's go to the last piece here. Malik Monk signs new contract to stay with the Sacramento Kings. Huge business, I think, by Sacramento to get Malik Monk back. And I think good value overall. 4 years, $78 million. You're under $20 million a year for somebody who was very, very close to winning the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award. He's really taken the right steps since joining the Sacramento Kings as a scorer. His shooting is obviously still fantastic. I think this is a great contract. How about you, Pips? What do you think about the deal?
First off, I don't care that he didn't win the Six Man of the Reward.
Oh,
I
of
think he
course.
deserved it. So just that thing, like, yeah, he ended up second, but I think that he should have won
He
that.
got injured late in the season, which hurt
Yeah,
his stock there, but I
his
think he
numbers
would have
were
won if he
like
was healthy.
15, 3, and 5 while being okayish on efficiency and creating so much for others and being a real threat. So like Malik Monk is this deal is I think this is like one of the best deals. Like if you look at it in 2 years, this contract will look like a steal because he will be like 28 in his prime on $19 million contract when we are like when the um, when the cap increases a lot, and that would be a steal. And I think this is an unbelievable deal for the Kings. Seems like he wanted to stay there. I think he could get some bigger money somewhere else if he wanted to. So yeah, I think this is a great deal for the Kings and love it for Monk as well. 4 year deal is he probably took this for because they gave him 4 years. Maybe he got something else. Some other players got like probably 2 or 3 years more money. He took longevity and longer contract and love this deal.
I do think he valued the situation because he's had some poor ones in the past. He took a very cheap contract with the Lakers, didn't really work out. It wasn't a great fit. I think he was with the Hornets. So I think this is a good contract. I think it does kind of set the market for this style of player. The shooting guards who have that ability to space the floor, maybe like 6-man sort of mold. For me personally, this kind of matters for Gary Trent Jr. and the potential for the Raptors to bring him back to the team. This is probably the sort of valuation that sets the market for that type of player, and I think it's mostly fair here for Malik Monk. So overall, good
I'll
piece of
say
business there.
without any like hesitation that Malik Monk is a lot better player than Gary Trent
Oh, I
Jr.
agree. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping Toronto see this and
I'll
Gary
say
Trent Jr. sees
I
this and
wa-
goes under that.
I bet a lot on Sabonis this season, and it's absolutely insane how better he looked when Malik Monk was playing pick and roll with him, and then in the games when he didn't play with Sabonis looked terrible, and in the games when Malik Monk played with Sabonis looked like so much better than he actually is because pick and Malik Monk is a very underrated pick and roll creator. Like his pocket pass is like top 10 guys in the league as a creator, and yeah, just underrated player. Like I was kind of surprised with how good he is in a pick and roll stuff.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
And they have him back, and we'll look to make a push next season. They weren't happy with how they did this season, so looking to change that. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the stream today for some off-season coverage here. Any thoughts on anything we talked about, leave in the chat, leave in the comment section down below, and make sure you're following us on Twitter or subscribe to the channel so you're up to date on the content that is coming on the channel. Confirmed piece of content coming in the first round of the NBA draft. I'll be live here for a watch-along with some special guests to cover the top 10 picks of the NBA draft, just as we did last season. So make sure you keep it locked with the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly, again, when that content is coming out. And we'll see you again very soon for some more content here on the Board YouTube channel.